say, Ralph the Mouth. You already know. Today I'm gonna do a show about solutions in Haiti. My panel's already here, folks, so I'm just gonna start adding them in and let everybody just start introducing themselves piece by piece. Let me just add my panel. Hey, how you doing? Let me just add everybody. Hold on. Let me just add everybody. Everybody's here. Hold up. What's going on?
Yeah.
Let me just add the people. Let me just add the people away. You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing? Everybody? Talk about shit. One I shit. Men like I shit.
La boule.
Like my shit.
Salut tout le monde qui sous panel là. Salut tout le monde en forme. Bon bagage.
Chaque one, everybody. I would like everybody to introduce themselves. Starting with Chef, and then we go down the line. Tout le monde introduce self yo. Gio Sao Fe. Yes, New York, and all that good stuff, man. That's how we're gonna do it to start off the show, people.
Hello, everyone. My name is Joseph Nicholas. Gun.
Turn your volume up a little bit, Chef. Your volume.
Can you hear me? You good now?
I can hear you now, sir.
Ooh. My name is Chef Joe. I go by Joseph Nicholas. Most people call me Chef Lakai. I'm from Ilgan, Haiti. I was born there. I raised there. I got a nonprofit organization where I help kids and send kids to school. I go to Haiti almost like every other month, or if not every 3 months. I go to Haiti. Right now, I'm selling Haitian ingredients, like Haitian food. You know, you're sitting on the show right now. You need some good cremas next time. I'll let me.
Y'all hear that? Chef got the cremas, folks.
I'm on Instagram by Chef Lakai, Lakai 509_. And, you know, I'm so happy and excited to be here today.
It's on you now.
On me. Hi. My name is Diana Revolutz. I am born and raised in the States, Stamford, Connecticut. I'm a child advocate and community activist. I'm also a common council member, so I'm an elected official in my area. I just recently became a member of NEON, which is the National Haitian American elected official network, I think, whatever. I'm also the vice president of the Haitian American Collaborative, and I am the I am the daughter of Emilio Rivales and Marie Revolutz, who Emilio started the Haitian Community Center in my area. If I went like this, this real quick, that's all my dad's stuff and family. But my mom started the New Arrivals program in my area. So working for Haiti and working for the community is in my blood. It's in our DNA. Union fait la force, and that's it. It's on you.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. Got caught up. My name is Fritz Bosquet. I'm originally from Mille Ballet, Haiti. I came here when I was, of course, in my, adolescent years, and I've been here since '85. So, of course, in my years, I have always been, Haiti has a very special part, in my life, my heart. I went back to Haiti after a long stint back in 2012. I remember when I landed there, I cried because that wasn't the Haiti that I left back in '85 when I left. So, I'm a fashion designer. I have a clothing company called Heritage. I have quite a lot of pieces that highlight the beauty, the historical aspect, triumphant aspect of Haiti. Because once again, I used to always hear growing up, when I came here in the States, that Haiti was always described as the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. And when the earthquake hit, I created a piece to highlight, our resilience, the beauty of the people when, we were hit the hardest, how we came back to, to pretty much like help one another. So, I'm hoping that spirit that, we can use when obstacles hit us to be something that's not something that we use only when we're hit. We should just make it like a lifestyle for us. So, to piggyback on what Diana said, L'Union fait la force is something that I feel that was, the foundation of our independence. Many can argue different other things, but I feel that's the one component that was, essential in us being the first independent country, what I'm saying, in the States or in the world, you know what I'm saying? And so, I don't want to ramble. Yeah, I don't want to ramble too much on that, but I really want to highlight that the fact that l'union fait la force is the one thing that we have yet to make it a lifestyle for us to stick to it.
Nice statement.
You know what I'm saying? So let's go. I'm happy to be part of this panel.
Okay.
Ladies
and gentlemen,
très content. I'm sorti fier pour, faire partie de notre panel avec, a bunch of, other young professionals, Haitian lovers, Haitian who are proud of who they are. Et on fait barrer marcher. Parce que si nous on met it ensemble pour nous aider. So, I'm d'accord avec. Ralph, beautiful job. Beautiful job.
Thank you, sir. Merci. Qui est-ce qui parle next?
I'm going to Diane.
Diane parle déjà.
Salut tout le monde, comment nous y
Nous là.
Là, nous attendons. Okay, très bien. So I'll flow both Creole and English because Ralph said he wanted some Creole too tonight. So moi suis haïtienne américaine. Moi j'ai décidé pour Haïti 2015. After living in the U.S., being born and raised in the U.S. all my life, Brooklyn, New York, I got tired of the States. I got tired of the same old. And I'm still tired of the same old. So 2015, I decided to visit Haiti. And that year, I visited Haiti like 4 or 5 times in 1 year. And I couldn't get enough of Haiti. I fell in love with Haiti. Haven't been able to get Haiti out of my system, out of my life. But that same year, I lost my mother, who was my everything Haiti, my all things Haiti. The reason I am the woman that I am today, j'aime parler Creole, niveau Creole moins. I learned to cook Haitian food from college on the phone from my Haitian mother. Wow. And so when I lost her in 2015, that big Haiti chunk of my life was gone. And the only way I felt like I could really even heal was to be in Haiti. And surely the healing began then when I moved in 2015. I moved officially, packed up everything, gave away many things, and just decided to start a whole new chapter. And it was a whole new world. Truly, I say the theme song from Peebo Bryson and Regina Bell, a whole new world. And that's what Haiti gave me. I worked for NGOs out there in Haiti. I've managed business for business owners in Haiti, and I've had a beautiful experience living in Haiti. I also founded my own nonprofit as well in the name of Saving the Stray Dogs in Haiti. And it's kind of like, what? Dogs in Haiti? Yes, dogs in Haiti. But I like to think that I flipped it a little bit on people, and I've given the Haitians on the ground a reason to care for these dogs, a reason to see these dogs in a light that they never saw these dogs in. So I don't know if later in the show we'll have time to go more into that, because I just feel like that's just so much.
We will.
Okay, très bien.
Just the intro. So
okay. So that's my intro. When en Haïti, avec ici, aux États-Unis. Là, en Haïti, moi, entre Jacmel à Gangouave, c'est là me fonctionner, c'est là pour j'aime noyer, c'est là base moi et tout. So I'm happy to be here as well with the group tonight. I'm always learning. I'm happy to be meeting so many people in the name of our culture, our country, our flag. So I'm just, thank you, Ralph, for this opportunity.
No problem. Mark, what about that?
Yes to love.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Merci un peu pour l'invitation. Chef Joe, vous connaissez pour la femme bon respect parce que ça fait pour moi, je ne peux pas oublier ça. Et je vais dans le contexte, je pense que je commencé avec Estolov en 2012. En 2018, je ne pas contre Chef Joe. Je Chef Joe a photo en côté et que dit yo, fais-moi pour moi au conseil puis ma promoteur. Regarde, je conseille de choisir utiliser plateforme pour demander quoi pour te promoter, mais le décider pour ma promoteur. Et grâce à Chef Joe, je me rencontrer de l'autre monde. Et ça fait que j'aime qui monde qui devrait vraiment commencer avec nous. Chef Joe, respect pour. Et thank you, bro. Thank you so much. Déjà, offrir un peu lui. Ah, moi, je sais pas quand on t'a fait.
Déjà, plein net.
fait comme Steve Souli, man.
C'était là quand même va changer, man.
Shit. Déjà, on nous fait meeting ça encore. Non, mon cher, déjà, on a compétition.
Yo, Fritz, we gotta come correct, baby.
Non, yo, on jette comme ça déjà que tout le monde avait qu'on faut encore mais.
Hey, on déjà pas en jouet.
On doit dire ça encore.
Non, je vais comme ça, émission les gars, tout le monde faut encore oui, except mesdames tout vous préparer yo.
Ah, ma bonne petite dame, bien fait là.
D, you want to do your intro?
Yeah, but
Mark, you finished?
No, not. Oh, moi on dit même non.
Oh, fini non, parler.
Yeah, moi c'est Marc Jean, moi c'est un haïtien, m'a vivre Florida et moi actuellement là moi Georgia parce que moi raté flight moi demain matin m'a prêté Florida. Moi c'est founder Yes Club, moi j'ai license en investment, moi j'ai license en real estate et moi c'est papa mon petit fille qui est là. Moi pense que vim vraiment résumé à partir de 16 septembre, côté que moi, j'ai fait ça, que on suicide attempt, et ce que nous regardons là, nous avons pas une cicatrice là, c'est-à-dire son couteau que nous avons défoué là. Et je pense que ça a vraiment changé un peu de bagaille dans la vie, parce que, après, moi, j'ai regardé, je me dit, même monsieur jeune, monsieur successful, mais en réalité, souffrance dans le cœur, je ne pas vraiment contre ça. Et je me dis, bon Dieu, présume vie, parce que pour moi, je pense que je vais mourir. Et ma vie, je dis à chaque fois que je regarde vie, je me dis, bon, ça, c'est son faveur que lié. Et il y en a pas que moi choisi faire pour vivre, c'est vraiment aider plus monde que possible et pas même utiliser l'histoire pour que mon ait compassion pour moi non, mais utiliser l'histoire pour que me dire monde comme ça que pas quoi suicide pour ton solution. Et m'était vraiment trap comme si me dépenser que pas même besoin de parler avec pièce monde. C'est-à-dire téléphone moi qui était vraiment attaché avec pour que me faire me jeter. C'est-à-dire que at all cost 72 hours, me besoin de at all cost. Et capable de comme ça comment mon Dieu pas le préserver vivre. Mon partenaire que me demandait pour vendre mon zambal blanc et puis dit ma 3 heures vinn plan zam nan men. Et puis tout cas j'aimerais lui pas répondre 4 heures me lui pas répondre 5 heures me lui pas répondre dire you know what that's fine so c'est là ça que moi même je cherche honorer pour que me take over my life. Et après là monsieur vient apprendre ça que me dans l'hôpital et puis là vient monsieur dit pendant que la fonti dormi li well non rêve c'est lui même qui a tué monde et puis il dit comme ça que qui ça m'a grand pour faire ça parce que pas connaît que me son monde qui connaît dans situation ça. Que comme si bon Dieu vient mission vision pas bail marquer les amis parce que debout bal zam l'a tué tête et puis c'est comme ça que moi là et capable c'est comme ça que vivre vraiment qu'on y a intéressant parce que moi comment que me capable ajouter plus bagages là comme disons mon yes to love pas vraiment seulement dire à mon message mais dire comme ça que c'est nouvel objectif que me battre tête moi aider monde vivre avec monde supporter monde et ça fait que plus grand comme nous n'importe monde qui était toujours font bail pour moi Ralph invite moi comme plateforme ça dit m'a toujours reconnaissant Ralph pour ça qu'il fait pour moi guys ça que me souhaiter que haïtien fait ça que n'a fait journée aujourd'hui pas quoi dans one man show même et ça que plateforme moi succès toujours partager là avec monde et ça que grand pile monde qui a une gros plateforme qui partager avec si nous qu'on fait dans estimer back to back là ça fait 2 shows et yes to love qui était sous lui et pas payer un goutte pour ça veut dire que leur quoi dans supporter monde en retour supporte tout et moi là avec nous m'a plus conversation m'a vraiment interactive et guys thank you so much once again Rap merci en pile déjà les ballons de c'est bon quand m'a venir pour fraîcheur parce que trop fraîcheur
Déjà it's on you
déjà on va me bien parler mon gars
me parler chef
mon gars
vous connaissez Fort Rough parce que Rough pas je me dis déjà mais comment on a posé nous mais comment pour nous habiller parce que c'est comme ça m'habiller chaque jour pour mal faire meeting. So il va dire déjà mets ton petit t-shirt sur non pose non il va dire mais non so pardonnez en avance très apprécié
you blame it on me all right I'll take the blame I'll take it
you ain't tell me how to dress fam
I'll take it
I just came like I came
you right I'll take it
no I'm just
I'm just it's all good
I'm gonna do my best to balance between the Creole and English for our viewers.
That'll be dope.
So I do appreciate that because I heard Ralph say that. But for everybody that don't know me on the stage, I go by the name of Dejan Talks or Dejan Pali in Creole, I guess, for lack of a better term. I am a motivational speaker and I'm a life coach. And I do own quite a few businesses. I own a consulting business. On Monday, I just launched an apparel business, which is called Restored Apparel Co. And that focuses on 20% of all of our profits goes into a nonprofit that helps kids that has a parent that's in prison to go to college for free. For high school. Now, for middle school kids, we give another 10% for middle school and elementary kids. For kids that have a parent that's incarcerated, again, to go to after-school programs, stem cell research, entrepreneurship, coding, investing, and arts. We want to change the demographic of these kids because they're bullied, they believe in suicide, they believe in drugs, they drop out of school, and they twice as likely end up in prison than their parents. Recidivism is at 70%. So if I do the simple math, that's a 140% chance these kids have going to prison. Ça veut dire que 140% chance pour y aller en prison eux-mêmes. So faut qu'on moun bagay qui change dans la vie. Il pas besoin de faire aucun crime, il pas besoin faire même ça parents ont fait, même ça parents ont fait, parce que comme ça mais la vie à bayo. Parce que ça qui passé par eux. Well, moi-même nous sommes on capable changer la vie parents yo qui étaient en prison, mais on capable changer direction la vie pour des messieurs. So, c'est ça Restored représenté. Chaque monde représenté Restored. Je toujours dis comme ça, c'est we don't have customers at Restored. We don't have clients at Restored. We have investors, partners, and change agents. Every time you buy a merch from Restored, you're an investor, you're a partner, or you're a change agent. Because that money that you're giving goes into somebody's future. You understand? It doesn't go into a shirt. It doesn't go into a jacket. It doesn't go into a bag. It goes into some kid's future. So this is why you're an investor, you're a change agent, and you're a partner. I don't have any customers at Restored. I will never have one customer. For as long as this business exists, there will never be a customer. But there will be people that partner up with me to change people's lives. Another thing that I do, I do have a nonprofit called the Dijon Talks, Feed the Homeless Foundation. 2 times in my life, I was homeless. When I was 15, I was homeless, sleeping under a bridge, eating out of trash cans. I'm that guy with that story. By the time I was 15, I was stabbed twice, shot twice. Don't let these suits fool you. As fast as they come off real fast, right? So I'm a street dude. I changed the game from whatever the product was to now understanding there's a new product and the same service, same mindset, just sharper, just a different,
I feel you.
Right? It's the same system.
I feel you. Trust me, I feel you.
You have to learn the blue collar system to create more capital and avoid prison time and different things. I'm that guy that faced it. Like the brother that spoke on top of me, Fritz. I was born in Haiti. M'vini sit sous bateau.
You're breaking up.
So m'vini sit sous Aristide dans bateau, mal prison Cuba à 6 ans. M'resi vin États-Unis, et fini m'apprendre qui ça la vie haïtien aux États-Unis, Miami. So m'pa connais si nous connais époque 90 yo, haïtien sauté on sidalte États-Unis, right? So m'prend un bel coup de balle dans mes black américain, bel coup de couteau en black américain. Pour qui ça parce que m'représente haïtien. I'm gonna die for mine. I'm gonna die for my Haitian people. It is what it is. I rep Haiti to the day I die. I think Diane spoke about her mother passed in 2015. My condolences. My mother passed in 2015 too of cancer in Haiti. So that's something me and you share in common. So when I say, what do I do for a living? I know I do a lot of things, but I really only do one thing, honestly. I am a solution to my 16-year-old self. Meaning, whatever problem that I was facing in my life, I now solve those problems for other people. And thank you for having me on your platform.
Yo, man, can you do me a favor? Do you have the link for your business where people can purchase a product?
Yeah, most definitely.
Can you put it here so I can order a product, please?
Yeah, I'll put it in the comment section for you.
Perfect.
Before we exit, everybody will just make sure everybody went by côté occasion anyway. I'm gonna make sure that exit be done. You know what I'm saying? That we make sure everybody make double it up before we exit.
Yeah. All right, I think that's me now.
Juice, Cecilia.
What's up? Maybe I'm the only politician here. Not really, Diana. You are a politician too. So yeah. So my name is Jude Celiscar. Born and raised, bred in Haiti, all of this you can say. So I came to the US back in 2013, probably the newest year, the just come, how you would say it, guys. So I have my educational background in international political economy. So that's my bachelor's degree and a master's degree in political side. So yeah, so that's me. So I am now looking into a new career in sales. Because I wanna like sharpen my communication skills, and the best way to do that is to talk to people a lot. So I think sales is a very great opportunity to do that. And I have background in corporate immigration, so I used to work for a company where our account was on Facebook. Good to see you, Cosum. I'm an entrepreneur, co-founded Ship Gudu with Cosum Door. I'm happy that he's in the group right now. So what we do, we make it easier for the Haitian diaspora here to send small packages to Haiti. You don't have to wait for Tonton Jacques, Madame Simon to do that for you. We will do that. And also we make it easier for the Haitian and Haiti to purchase anything that they want to purchase online with or without credit card. They have their cash and then we'll take it from them, buy and ship it to Haiti for them too. So I'm a political activist. Several times I fly to Haiti to go and protest in the street against human rights violation, against a lot of stuff that we can say like kidnapping and all of these things that I used to go to do in Haiti. So, but right now I am working on launching an organization that's called Polycritic International. So we will start in Haiti, but the end goal will be to um, do political education, public opinion polls. That's one thing that we'll do. Election entry, exit polls, election debates in Haiti, and all of these things. And my biggest interest right now is to see how we can bring the Haitian diaspora together so they can be involved in Haiti and involvement in politics and economic and social. So those two last things already done. The social, we support our families for school, for hospitals, and a lot of stuff. Economical, like we represent a big chunk of the Haitian GDP that we can talk about that later on that show. But can we go bigger in the economical impact or investment in Haiti? Yes, we can. And then that's one thing that's very interesting me, how to bring all of these manpower, financial power together to go bigger, to do bigger economic impact in Haiti. So I am very, very happy to be here with all of you that are doing great things. Deja, thank you for your work. I would never say that I was homeless back in the day. I will not say that I was homeless because I was not, but I saw it, I see it here in the state, I see it in Haiti and everywhere, and whatever you're doing is very, very great. And I know all of you are doing very great stuff, and I'm looking forward to support you and whatever you're doing and whatever capacity that I can. Thank you so much, and we'll talk more.
Yes. So now that we did, anybody else? Did I miss anybody?
Awesome.
Hello guys. Hello guys. Yes, guys. You can hear me.
Yes.
Hello guys. Hello everyone. Hello guys. So I'm very pleased to be with you tonight. I'm Carson. I'm currently based in Haiti. I'm living in Haiti, especially in Maui. So, bossing c'est cela ici, Cap vivant en Haïti qui là. So I'm so happy to be here. And my background is in technology. I am they call me Mr. Tech Savvy. So because I am a senior network administrator, um, I have young people involved in technology. I am in tourism too because I live in Maui. Maui is one of the largest coasts in Haiti. So we have great beaches out there. So yeah, I'm very pleased to be with you. Yeah, tonight.
Glad you have your newborn. Welcome you here, man. Ok.
Thank you guys.
The reason for ça est pour me parler avec beaucoup chaque fois I hear about my Creole is terrible, so work with me, right? Every time I do hear about Haiti, I always hear the problems, right? And I've been hearing it for years now, man, 20, 30, whatever. For as long as I can remember, I've been hearing about the problems. I get it now. You know what I mean? I get it. So the reason that I brought everybody to the panel is for everybody to talk about the solutions. It's not even just the solutions, but especially what they're actually doing now. So people know what they're doing now and kind of get behind your projects. You know what I mean? The same way they get behind these other foundations and whatever. So let's get behind people that's actually doing it. So there shouldn't be any muna pediji. Oh, upaga fun, lo muna fe bagay. Gen mun ka fe bagay. Upaga ji, there's nothing going on. Lo muna fe bagay actually doing it in Haiti and begin lot mun ka fe. So it's time to bring mun sa ka fe solutions yo together and put solutions yo in the people's head instead of the problem so much. You see what I'm saying? Right, Dejane? You're a solution guy. So I want everybody to give me I basically want everybody to tell me like precisely what kind of like what they're doing in Haiti and what they feel a good solution would be. You know what I mean? Let's start off with that, and then we build like that. Is that cool with everybody?
We're good with that. I'll go ahead and knock myself out the way real quick because
yes, sir.
I'm not that invested in Haiti as far as business or financial. But what we had started doing on Clubhouse, we started a group called Business Like I, and we do it every Friday night. It's kind of like a Haitian Shark Tank, and I think some of you guys have seen this, right?
Yeah, I'm on it.
Yeah, Deshaun, you need to send me that thing, man, because you haven't sent me that thing for that money.
Got you. It's kind of like a Haitian Shark Tank, right? And although I may not be physically in Haiti or physically invested in Haiti, but a lot of the Haitian people are able to go on this platform and pitch their business ideas. In this room, you have investors, you have judges, you have people critiquing your business ideas. But we're not just here talking about the problem and critiquing your business idea. We've actually invested money. We create money every single Friday, and we give back to these people that are in Haiti or wherever they're at in the road to be able to invest into their businesses to help them grow. Now, after we give them advice to make sure that the business be substantial. I think there was a kid in Haiti last week. He walked out the room with $1,400 in Haiti.
Yeah, I heard about that. Raquel was telling me.
That's a lot of money.
I'll try to tell you about that too, Ralph.
Yeah,
I remember.
Pushing going on.
So to me, for a kid in Haiti, he came in only winning a couple $100, right? And he walked out the room with $1,400 in Haiti to whatever. I mean, just in America, just to open up a business is only $125. Just to open a business and make this thing legal in the state of Florida. So imagine $1,400 in Haiti, what that could do for that kid's business with what he's doing with buying more product, reselling more product. That's a lot of overhead that was covered for him, right? And then every day, and then we had another guy, after listening to him, decided to invest another $1,000 into him. So he not only walked out of there with $1,400 from the show, but he got another private investor from the crowd to send him another $1,000. So he walked the total with $2,400 just from doing the 90 pitch, right? Because you never know what exposure you have, kind of like what you're doing right now. You never know who's in the room. You never know who's serious. One guy, I think I kind of offered him with $3,000 for 20% of his business over 5 years. Some people are offering $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. You never know who's in the room. So to me, that's my level of involvement in Haiti because I left Haiti when I was 6. I know absolutely nothing about Haiti culture or Haiti people. I went back when I was 19 years old, so I am not that immersed. I do keep attention to the politics of Haiti. That's really what my focus is at for Haiti because I think that's the biggest issue with Haiti is the political sector. Because if the political sector get its hands right, then businesses get their hands right, education gets their hand right. Some of the core pieces that impact Haiti, education, finances, right? But in order to impact education, finances, we have to understand what Jude is doing, the political side of it, because that's where the noose is at. That's keeping us under restraint. So I focus on that heavy. But my major impact is what I'm doing, believe it or not, on a simple platform called Clubhouse. I bring business like we allow you to pitch your business idea. We don't just talk about it. We invest back into you to make sure your business is
That's dope.
I think guys, to piggyback on what Deshaun just said earlier. As kind of like one of the person with the political background right now. So what I would think might be a good thing is solution for Haiti, basically first on the political level and also on the economical level. And the political level, what we really need in the country right now is what we call government reform. government reform to ensure that they could have a like like the type and form of government. If we need to change that, need it will change. Uh, the size of the government that we have right now, because we cannot have a country that's less than 15 million people, and then you have over 2,000 people, like over 3,000 people working in the government as ministers, secretary of state, and all of these things. You cannot have all of this size of your senate or deputy. So if we are looking at this, this is basically a waste of money. If you have reform that will basically get this size of people down, and money that we spend, like government expenditure, can be a little bit less. We need also educational reform. We need fair and square election, honest election in the country. We need people, like we need to start to build trust between political leaders and
let's
Haitians.
let's have a dialogue real quick. Is that okay, Ralph?
Yeah, of course.
I hear the needs, and everybody here with me will agree with you. I was part of that group that we were in on Clubhouse. I get the emails, and I've been keeping track of the progress of what we're trying to do in Haiti, right? Okay. I want, like Ralph was saying, this platform is going to be solution-driven conversations. Am I correct, Ralph? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, sir.
You gotta correct me now, because
I want it to be solution-based. Yes.
Conversation. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I didn't throw nothing off balance. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to make sure.
Yeah.
I want to have a productive conversation, right? That's all I'm about. So my question is, Ralph, I hear all of this, and I know the needs, right? Politics is the devil's playground. Power, money, greed, and guns and power and gangsters is what runs that infrastructure. And gangsters and lots of gunpowder. What are some of the, besides what we know, the political reforms and some of the educational policies that we know we need to infiltrate, but what is the real way to make that happen? Like, how do we make that happen? And don't tell me about non-partisan issues or the democratic system, because that we don't have a democratic system that is working in Haiti. It hasn't worked since the establishment of politics in Haiti. The only time we haven't had anything
We're
like
not a democracy.
union. We don't have any of that either. We don't have a republic.
We're not. It looks like there's no structure at all. Kind of
structures, right? So
that's why I talk about the reform that we need in here.
Haiti was when we said Union de la Foi in 1803, when we decided to fight our oppressors. Since then, our mindset has shifted. So my real question is, why I love what we're doing with you, and I want to support it, is what is the practicality of implementing this to make it a reality? What are those steps? That's what I'm curious.
Can I answer just because I finished my council meeting? One of the greatest things in my connection to Haiti right now is Baina Bello. And the first thing she would say in your question is, what would you do to change a circumstance you just asked for? One of the things that, as an advocate or whatever, the last place I expected to be was in the political world, but you find how political everything is, right? Not that it's saying it's supposed to be that, but if you wanted to change anything politically in anywhere, it starts from grassroots. So if you are not what you want to see, if you're like, for example, the change I want to see, I became it. I exhibit it. I breathe it. I move it. I said Union Felafos because it's in my blood. It's in my DNA. My freedom. I don't. It's liberty or death. I don't walk in fear. I don't. Forgive me, because no matter what, there's different spiritualities, but I believe in the spirituality that got us the freedom in the first place. I believe in coming back to our roots. So when you say that, because a lot of the problems that what we have is we point to, but they're wrong and this is wrong and this is corrupt or da. But what are you doing to change what are you developing yourself to be? Because we all follow what we see. They will listen to us, but they build. I told you before, right? build it and they'll come, right? There are people that will build. That's like with us, right? We will build. There's people that, but when we're building, we're the ones who'll send the blueprints and say that we need this material, this and that. But then we come to the land and we're going to start building. Now there's people that say, okay, I'm a constructor, I'm a landscaper, I'm a this and I'm that. They're going to start helping. Then when that's built, then you'll come to the people. Hey, well, I can be your receptionist. I can so how then they'll do that. Then you'll have the client come. There's levels to this, right? To start whatever our liberties, whatever our changes, our conversation today is, first of all, we have to identify what our freedoms are. Like, for example, the fact that like money is for Haiti is still taken from America. Where is it? Where is it? We've let a lot of things go under what we thought was democracy. Democracy came into a republic and took away our freedoms, and we let that happen. Why? Now, as Haitian Americans, a lot of us don't even, I mean, you guys were there. The last time I saw Haiti, I was the first and last. I was 3. I'm trying to get back. But one of the things that was good to us is we knew the land better than the oppressor that came in. Now it's not that way. A lot of us have left Haiti. You know what I mean? I even call it Haiti because we were called Haiti before we were split. We were Haiti as a whole. So I would just say in answering that, because I don't want to take it over and I want you guys to speak as well and see how you feel. But I think a lot of the times the start is you. Because the minute your mindset change on the movements we have to make and identify how that looks, because the democracy isn't what it says it's supposed to be. And the empire we were as a republic, how do we get that back in 2021? You know what I mean? Like, how does that look for us? And that's what I would say, just how do we move towards it instead of saying just, but this, but that. No, I'm here not because I like politics. I could give left or right, and I think I should be Black Panther anyway. But that being said, there's a change. The only way I can change it is the infiltration that they did to us. How do we infiltrate?
Can I quickly put something real quick?
Go ahead, Chef.
Oh, yes, go ahead. Sorry.
I was listening to everyone there. The thing that she was saying the most that cashed into me is like, "Oh, you doing the walk? Or where are you taking this?" I'm from Leogan, and Leogan, like, we known for rara, sugar, and alcohol. C'est nous connaît pour clair pour bagay, but chaque année, we toujours passer Leogan pour Jack Mel. Chaque année, moun yo dépenser pile kob man pour yo faire rara. Et puis rara coûte nous en pile kob. So me dit get man, si rara peut coûter nous en pile kob pour ça, c'est là qu'on nous commencer. Là rara, ou enjoy, ou prend plaisir vrai. Mais imagine, on va marcher l'enfer noir. Moi, même pas tellement de monde qui tellement focus sur politique, parce que je me dis que je me lever à la politique, pas de faire plus. Moi, je toujours connais qui ça me fait pour zone, moi, pour zone, me changer. Ça me fait, même les gens qui l'ont rara, je connais qui toujours dans ces rara, mais dans ces rara, je me dis, hey, si on moun pas nous un coup de couteau, la rara, ou tirer nous la rara, nous pas qu'à ouais. Qui ça me fait? Parler avec eux, yo tendez, moun en dehors, rara, Saint-Rose, Rivière, bon la caille, moi. Et puis, je me dis, hey, yon là, avec tout panneau soleil, ils vendent $200. Et then, gon poteau tout, ou ka joindre poteau pour mettre l'emploi, ils vendent $150. D'abord, chaque monde qui sorti le regarde dans la zone, ça, pour le bail, $200 pour un poteau, $200 pour un lampe. So nous commençons, là, yon, un poteau, un lampe, qu'on y a la zone côté de sorti à bord, prend et depuis sous pont rivé under les organes y lumière on voit kounya là nous mettre la lumière en haut chaud kounya n'a mettre lumière under kay moun on voit puis la situation pour solutionner c'est pas ça c'est marcher la route ou ka faire là on voit parce que vous avez idée on toujours jeune un monde pour avancer avec de vous jeune un monde ou jeune deux monde trois monde quatre monde on voit ça dans une situation qui est vraiment important.
Just pour nous rappeler.
No, if you do the walk, you got to do the talk. But
yes, sir.
You got to just continue to do the talk and continue to do the work. And moun tro gen force, moun tro sa Haïti, et men font bagay pour payer à temps.
Et puis l'homme commence well, n'a fait, moun a fait, men, moun a vini, moun a dit, oh, pas faire, you know, you can really do it. L'homme moun a fait, faut nous faire. They will commencer à faire, moun a ouais à faire, ils mettent un petit bagay, it could be something real small. La vie boit pour longtemps.
Bon, moi-même, si je me dis un bagay, c'est pas le fait que même son petit bagay qui est petit. Je pense que même dans l'organisation, pour commencer petit, et je pense que c'est plus belle illustration que nous avons bien sur Facebook, par exemple, qui commençait Harvard Law University, États-Unis, and all over the world. Je pense que il y en a, what's her name? Est-ce qu'elle l'a toujours? Je pense que Diana. So, avant même que nous posions problème Haïti, 27 000 combien kilomètres carrés, poser problème pour là. Qui ça que moi-même que moi capable de faire better? Parce que ou pas bail ça qu'on pas gagner. Et moi je pense que lorsqu'on regarde Haïti en 27 000 km², Haïti espace ça pas un problème. C'est nous même Haïti qui pas bon. Parce que moi garantis pour tout Haïtien qui Haïti vient nettoyer les États-Unis, pour tout Américain qui sur Haïti, on va le même résultat. C'est-à-dire que faut que nous commencer à prendre conscience pour dire OK, qui ça que je capable de faire better moi-même pour mieux l'autre monde. Et puis qu'on va influencer l'autre monde. Parce que l'élément de solution est là déjà. C'est-à-dire que dès qu'on a un problème, qu'on pose des problèmes, c'est-à-dire que le problème ça à 50% de résoudre. C'est-à-dire actuellement là c'est action au niveau individuel qui peut amener sur collectivité, qui peut permettre que nous changer ça que nous méritons changer. Et c'est ce qui fait que nous capable dire comme ça approche qui gagne c'est ça que nous appelle là. Il y a un avantage que nous capable dire Haïti gagne c'est-à-dire il y a nous capable poser solution pour que dire OK, you know what, capable poser problème pour identifier solution et non poser pour dire you know what, mais qui problème Haïti gagne parce que moi même quand dans 33 ans depuis que je fait ces problèmes seulement nous n'a parlé là. Nous entendez moun n'a parlé de Haïti. I'm tired with that. C'est ça que si
l'autre bagage et question individuelle là est vraiment important pour solution. Par exemple, dans le business moi qui c'est dans import export. On juste dit import. Nous acheter bagage pour mon côté Haïti ou bien nous ship bagage pour mon Haïti. Nous connaît quelques compagnies qui 2 fois moins prix compagnie pas non. Si vous regardez compagnie là, vous avez prix moins li dans niveau FedEx et dans niveau DHL. Raison parce que FedEx a DHL, les que yo porte un bagage pour Haïti, yo prend comme pour douane là dans yo taxe aux douane, moi-même moi taxe aux douane. Mais quand pile ces compagnies qui c'est haïtien qui gagne yo qui ici aux États-Unis ou du moins yo en Haïti, yo pas taxe aux douane. Raison c'est parce que yo gon zami dans douane là, yo gon directeur qui yo zami qui passe par en bas avec qui prend marchandise yo, mettez dehors pour yo sans que yo pas payer. Mais nous-mêmes dans chip goudou dans goudou compagnie nous ça nous fait, nous assurer nous que nous suivons toute étape légale yo. Est-ce que li vraiment profitable pour nous même genre notre compagnie ça yo? Non. Compagnie ça yo gain 50% 60% margin. Non. Mais nous-mêmes nous faisons effort si gens nous capables là c'est 5 à 10% margin nous capable faire pour nous passer légal, parce que si toutefois nous voulons solution qu'on bagage qui pire dans Haïti qui c'est corruption que nous connaissons, nous devons combattre individuellement tout. Avec les nous à Haïti pour nous faire un papier, nous pas capable passer par en bas, by l'autre monde comme par en bas pour faire pour nous. Nous pour aller direct. Nous faisons ça dans goudou, nous faisons ça dans business juste pour porter solution. Vous comprenez? Parce que ça c'est une bagage qui est importante pour nous jouer une solution à la question de corruption. C'est activité individuelle que nous devons faire nous-mêmes. Si nous connaissons un candidat ou un président en Haïti, comme il Matéli, nous dit ça, qui vole un pile d'argent pays, mais c'est assisté ou anti-spandal dans celle. Parce que nous, dans celle-là, nous avons chance pour lui blanchir l'argent ça qu'il vole dans le pays, non pas soit que pour pas qu'un bel.
Fritz, you want to say something?
Yeah, je voulais ajouter que dans tout ça, que nous dit, toutes ces solutions, et moi, je comme si, je ajouter ça, nous dit, son bagage qui est clé, qui, quand je parle de solutions, je vais présenter un petit problème dans le sens. Il y a un pile dans le pays, qui est diaspora, qui va vivre à Haïti, nous avons tendance que, penser que, si nous pas, et pas nous-mêmes qui va faire travail à Haïti, nous pas faire, il va faire, vous comprenez? Il y a des fois que c'est important pour qu'à c'est-à-dire comme si on monte des organisation qui fonctionne derrière. Donc il y a nous qui mentionné pour tout le monde l'école secteur éducation. Si nous avons on bourse, on va de secteur qui déjà a fonctionné, il vient, comment dire, on proverbe de Haïti, en pile, mais fait en charge légère. On va, so, il y a des fois comme si nous venons pour un bague individuel, là, on se dit trop comme si personnel, dans le sens que si c'est pas mon capsule, je vais participer là-dedans, et on passe pas sur ça, c'est pas moi, so, je ne vais pas parler ici pour nous, so, pas gagner, qu'on peut pas parler, supporter une organisation qui fonctionne déjà. On s'en est de là, so, il y a un peu de que nous avons fait, dans le sens que, même si quand on a même dit que nous sommes mis balai, et je continue à mettre avec l'autre mi balai, j'ai pas remis pour nous, clean mi balai. Mais en général, si on l'autre même qui sortit au cap font bagarre qui pour aider, ville au cap là. M'ka en bourse. On savait de la seconde là, venir des charges par la financière plus légère. Et puis, dans la même chose, il venait d'impôts pour me supporter, côté me sortir. So, il y a un peu de bagages que nous avons fait ensemble, même si c'est pas nous-mêmes qui fait, c'est pas nous-mêmes qui prenons charge là, c'est pas nous-mêmes qui organisons, mais nous avons voyé participation, soit c'est finance, soit c'est buy leave, soit c'est n'importe quelle organisation a besoin qui pour pousser, qui pour battre le boost là, faut ne pas permettre qu'on se faire ça tout. So retourner sur même solution que nous prenons, que l'une fait la force là, c'est pas de son parole, c'est qui comme son belle parole liée. On voit les gens pile valeur là-dedans, les gens pile son parole qui loue. On voit ça le jour là, regarder nous un pays où regarder ou bien en pile l'autre city, ou bien Manhattan et vous mon le city dans l'autre province qui d'ailleurs, moi même sorti Spring Valley, Spring Valley New York. Et pour faire travail dans Spring Valley pendant la PCE, lever situation New York. Mais ton bagage a fait comme si chaque base, on bagage a fonctionné là-dedans, et nous tous mettons ensemble pour nous faire le marché. On s'en est de là, so, secteur éducation, est important pour nous dans le pays, nous. Parce que son bagage que nous, si nous ne pas joindre, gens pour développer mind, so, même si comme si nous même pas gagné comme pour faire, en Haïti, dans le secteur, même en contribution. On va pour pousser à aller plus toujours. Pour la comment aller, on connaît que nous dans l'éducation, nous dans l'agriculture. On va nous voir $50 pour valise. Nous voyons $100 avec notre organisation qui m'a poussé. So, comme si ça m'a fait, il y a nous avons fait en pile. Nous avons comme si, comment dire, si c'est pas un capital, ça va dire que ma capacité là-dedans. Vous comprenez? So, il est important pour mettre l'une de la force là en pratique, dans le sens que même si c'est pas un cap qui met bagarre là, même pour nous faire support 100% là-dedans. Vous comprenez? So,
je ne pas dire que vraiment, je suis 100% d'accord avec vous. C'est pas parce que nous ne sommes pas obligés tout le temps, c'est nous-mêmes qui pour là, ou tu as supposé supporter, entraide vraiment important. Mais un seul problème qui malheureusement, que moi-même personnellement me fait l'expérience qui est en Haïti, c'est que maybe c'est le niveau de corruption qui vient faire que Haïti vient tourner en culture. Et transparence en Haïti, c'est un bail qui est vraiment grave pour mon d'abord. Comme si je me posais cette question, comme si, vous dites, pour qui ça est malhonnête comme ça? Ou aider les gens qui collabore menti. Bon, c'est-à-dire que, regardez le niveau, politicien qui a volé, c'est parce qu'elle est en position côté que la prend million. Mais les gens qui en bas, qui a bon coup pour $50, pour $10, pour $20, ils sont aussi corrompus tout. C'est-à-dire que le problème est vraiment, c'est-à-dire que malade dans toute partie dans le corps. C'est-à-dire qu'il faut que nous ne pas ignorer ça. Il faut que nous comprenions que, sous mon coup pour $50, qui s'active, vous perdez une opportunité côté que demain, si je me supporter avec $1000. C'est-à-dire que ça, c'est basic que vous voyez. C'est-à-dire que ça pas vraiment goumay pour nous être sénateur. Non, sénateur a une position par côté que oui, il mérite une accountability. Mais individu en lui-même, c'est un nombre qui fait que très capable de dire tête question. Avant même blâmer l'autre monde, qui responsabilité que moi dans ça qu'a privé dans moi-même. Et de là
si vous volez un œuf ou qu'à voler un bœuf. C'est juste pour entrer dans le cadre ça ou même on dit en Bac-Henri. Pendant ce temps, mon a boy un coup pour $10, pour $50. Demain, si je veux mon ça, c'est le devenu sénateur. C'est coût $10 millions va le payer. Vous comprenez? Donc, ça est vraiment important.
One fois, I'm telling you about it, you said you was renting out the homes and something you was doing in Haiti too. Because where was that? Who deals with that fest out in Haiti?
So no, I'm not renting homes. I'm renting land from the rural
Okay.
landowners that have
Oh, I
land.
need you in my life. I need
And
you
we
in my
need each other,
life.
right? And so, so
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Connect.
I use that as a means to support them because it's an exchange, it's a two-way street. So I need you, you need me. And so instead of letting the land just sit, I rent the land from you. We negotiate because there's no set market, so to say, in Haiti. And so I rent from them for a period of time, build a relationship with them, and I set my shelters on the land that I rent from them. I create mobile type shelters so that if I have to uproot it and move to another location or part in Haiti, I'm able to do that. There may be very few things that can't be uprooted or removed, but that's what I do, Ralph. I work with them like that. In addition to that,
You're basically giving what by doing job.
and then that's what I was going to say. So then the other side to that is if I have a shelter and I have animals, I got to teach the Haitians how to run an animal rescue business, right? Because that's not an industry that exists in Haiti. That's not known to the Haitians. So I have to teach them and train them that there are systems to all things in life. There's check and balance. And so when I teach you how to run a shelter and I teach you all the reasons, the dog becomes attractive to them. It becomes appealing. It becomes, oh, I need to, I'm getting WhatsApp left and right from people telling me about their dog stories. Now you'd be surprised in Haiti how people are telling me about their dogs and how they have a dog and how they do a job. And so for me, honestly, my strategic plan says we build shelters in all 9 departments. It's not a shelter, shelters. It's going to take a village of people to run these shelters. So I give jobs, I rent land from the locals. So I empower a community by way of the dog that's so hated. I change the narrative or the perception of what these dogs. I'm sorry, I'm just getting this feedback. I'm sorry. And so I try to change that perspective and I bring about that change. So we're talking about solutions, we're talking about change.
Whose TV is that? Somebody's TV.
I'm sorry, it's just it's kind of coming through. Thank you for the so that's
that's humanitarian work. What
But I just want to say you're amazing because that's when you guys were going and you just started. That's where it is. That's your change. The politics. It's going to be grassroots. It's going to be going in, and it's always economic. It's always the start for all of us, and our thing is economic, right? So going in and creating these things will then create jobs, education, opportunities, create them to be different type of stakeholders in their community, and then you have the like this is the one thing I always tell with my community with politics, right? The people put politics in a position that people in politics run for the people in the circle. Once they get there, they're supposed to be running for you. You got to be there to put them and get them to have that, make sure they're doing what they do. If you do that for the people and they start building and they have that sustainability, what kind of army thinks come back and say, hey, I don't want this way and this and that, and I have the money to pay for it to get you out. I have the money to pay for the lawyers to take care of it. We have the land. One of the strongest things is to strengthen them to have their land back. You know what I mean? So you're amazing because that's the type of things we're trying to do with Fondation Felicité. My father's thing, Merci, we're just trying to get land there and get that back and cultivating that. Guys, they're talking about IET when they say Wakanda.
Wakanda.
They're talking about IET.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Okay, you didn't know that. That's your land.
That's true. That is very true. A lot of
Okay.
resources that are hidden, and we don't even know what we have that are essential for us in our country. So I mean, you're right, absolutely right, sister.
To save IET, you have to. Half of us, we're talking all this, we don't even know IET. If you didn't know that was your country, that they say Wakanda forever, whatever, they're talking about you.
You learn something new every day, they say.
She's doing exactly what we need to be doing. A lot of it is like cause and effects, right?
It's called.
Yeah, but
We talk
but
about
that's one of the
effects
reasons
a
why I
lot.
brought.
No, yeah. This is exactly
So
what it
we can
is.
know
And
about
she's
her. We can know about
saying
her
it
and her
like,
movement, and Jude and his shipping, and
yeah,
who else
shipping
to bring
too.
along so
Not
people
to
can
get
know
off
these
of the
things
Jews,
exist.
whatever. These are beautiful. Like these are the type of things that Haiti. Listen, Haiti. There was one time when America came in. We were just learning about this, and they said, "Oh, you have all this gold. We'll keep it safe." And they took it to America. Where's our? That was like nine. Where is our gold? They are still raping us for materials. You think those weather's happening for a reason? They are shaking it up so they can unearth all the things they want to get out. If you don't, when I said we knew our land at one time, we don't know our land. If we go in there trying to fix something, help something, but we don't know, do you know Makandao?
I
You
have my
understand?
high school in Haiti, so yeah, I did
You know
high school
what?
in
You
Haiti,
feel
so
me? You
My
feel
I'm
me?
partner,
But
aware
you,
of this.
my
so, and
partner.
here's the thing. How many of us are parents teaching our children it? How many of us are talking to our and when I say our elders, mind you guys, not to change it, and I'm sorry I don't speak real, but I understand it well. When I speak to our elders, I'm talking about 70 and above.
Mm-hmm.
They got a whole different mindset.
Our
Okay.
grandpapa, our grand.
Okay. My dad was born in 1940 in IET. That is the same year Marcus Garvey died. So think about the 5-year-old in 1940. My dad was supposed to turn 80 last year. So the person who's 85, we have to learn IET before we go back to IET. And then we have to
That
teach
would be
Haitians about IET.
that would be great to be part. That is definitely part of the process because I'm
It
not
has
gonna
to be.
lie.
It has
I
to
didn't
be.
know about what a Haitian was until my late 20s now.
I,
So
I just
and
found
that
out
definitely
today.
changed. I was fighting being a Haitian. I had before I even heard of Zopan, I did my own thing. I was fighting almost every day just to be a Haitian. It wasn't just
Yeah.
for whatever. So I
I
understand
know
that.
you
But
guys might be able to help me to pronounce it better, but I just found out about a fight. I just found that about battle of Pitia or
Yeah.
okay,
Bataille
thank you.
Vertière.
So
what is that?
That was
Pitien.
Bataille was the last battle between the Haitian revolutionary troops and the French army. It was
Oh,
part of the north side of the country when you get into Cap Haitian.
So and
So
this
yeah.
started in it started March 24th, March 2nd, 1802, and ended March 24th, 1802. That's my birthday. And the crazy part about it is they surrounded less than 1,000 Haitians, and most of those were civilians, not soldiers. Over 12,000 French soldiers came around. That lasted for 24 days. We came out successful.
Diana,
Always
can I
did,
quickly ask a
always will.
question?
what
Because
happened?
no, I have a question for Diana. I see a lot of things about the history of Haiti, and I truly respect because hero women heroes. But at the same time, let me give you an illustration.
Mhm.
If I give you, for example, $100 to go kill Jeff, for example, so you take the money and you kill him. So who is responsible for his death? I am responsible. So you do. So the point in Haiti, consider the United States, for example, give Haitian politicians to corrupt Haiti. So the current situation in Haiti, you can say the US is responsible, but you must also say Haitians are also responsible of
Oh,
the
I
situation.
agree. I agree. I agree
So
completely. I
while
agree
I, while
completely.
I, while I'm
I
here,
agree.
okay, you know what? US friends bad, but we must also say the Haitian politicians they are worse because they other nations
But
give you money to destroy your own people, and what you
Own
do,
people, own
that's
country.
crazy.
that's why I say it's grassroots. That's why I'm saying to change it. You know it's there. We got it. We know what we're dealing with, right? We got that. It's corrupt, and a lot of that corruption came even from letting the
From
Clinton
us.
Foundation, whatever, but in us or whatever. We got that. We got that, right? We understand. The change won't start there in corruption. It's on grassroots. It's here. It's what Diane is doing. It's what Jude is doing. It's strengthening the people on the ground Because again, when we fought in wars, it was the women, the children, the people on the ground that were fighting against the government. That's not, and so it's not going to be in the corruption there. It's corrupt. We know it's corrupt. It's a problem. How do we get it out? It's not with them. It's the people that's outside that's going to have to push them out, right? We have to educate them. We have to empower them. We have to give them economics because they have to get them out. And those type of people behind them have to be the new ones to come in. You have to strengthen new ones because no matter what, you need some type of governance, not government, but governance. What does
As
that look like?
Dan, just to
Mhm.
come with, I don't want to really take the show, but that's where I come up with the theory, not even the theory, but what we would call the diaspora, like uh, the diaspora involvement. I see that in several ways, like political involvement. So many times when there are crises in Haiti, when there are issues in Haiti, who goes there as mediators and try to put the two parties on the table? They're usually foreigners.
Right.
Okay, so if we take the example of Liberia and some other country, Israel and the Arab countries, you see the conflict between the Jewish and Israelis and back in the Middle East. You know who goes as a mediator? They are Jewish and Arab that are basically based here in the United States. They go as a mediator and try to put those people together. In Liberia, it was the Liberian diaspora that go back to the country and try to put the two sides together. But what happened to us here in the States, the Haitian diaspora, we speak, we talk, we do everything on our life, we do everything that we say. We keep saying the country is corrupt. Now, what can we do? Can we
I'm
go as
not
a
saying the
mediator
country is corrupt.
to
I'm
bring the
saying the
opposition?
policies. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I said. So what can't we go there as mediator and put those two people together at the same table? We speak their language. We know the culture. We know the best way to get them on the table together.
Of course.
It's been a long time since the U.S. and the United Nations is trying to put the opposition and the government together on the same table.
Of course.
3
There's a
years,
reason. There's
never
a
done,
reason. And Liberia has
never
slavery
done.
right now.
You know, that's our responsibility as a nation diaspora for the solution for the country. We need to be working as a lobbyist, as a mediator in the problem and try to aid.
I agree. I agree. But I would just
So
say with Liberia, because Liberia is not doing the best right now.
yeah, I know. I really know. Like the conflict that they have back in the days, the civil
Yeah, I know
war,
what you're saying.
was Liberian diaspora that
And
go and
and
mediate to
and
have
and
that
they're
end.
enslaving there, and mind you, Haiti starts this, but we are the diaspora and they're enslaving us right now. So that's a problem.
We know all these problems. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, so that's the thing I was just saying. Like
I
there are things
agree.
that we can do grassroots. We can spend a lot of money in the country. We can do everything that we can as long as there is no pressure on the government to help and protect at the minimum. These things they will go to waste. One day they can come and shut you up like they did for the electricity guy up talking
Mhm.
about Dimitri Forbes. I don't like him, but he puts a lot of millions of dollars into this investment. He has to shut down.
Mhm. Can I
Waste
ask
of
you all
protection.
a question?
Hmm.
This is actually one of my, maybe I shouldn't even say this because this is broadcasting, but I really do think about this and I really want to see how you feel. I believe that part of the connection of freeing Haiti or even the diaspora, whatever, is connecting Haiti and its
Okay, baby. So I'm
sister
using your car.
island, Cuba, who still has a lot of respect for Haiti. And I think that's why they stay in their isolations and the way they move now. It's because they're still honed into the way that we helped release them back in well, not 1804, but you know what I mean, back in the far days. Do you believe that there's any lineage to that, any help in that with particularly Cuba? Because they stay that isolation the way we were isolated before. They stayed that way. That's why like what's that? Just Shakura woman was able to go there, or even the doctors that came out helped America and went right back, or they stayed solid to how Haiti was when we were minting money for different countries, and when we had to do all of our own things because we were isolated because we just had our freedoms. Cuba stayed that way. Do you think there's any help or hope in connecting the two?
So to go with that question, so all I know is that Haiti is in Cuba. If there is a true and honest friend of Haiti right now, it's Cuba. Because every year Cuba helps in Haiti with a lot of doctors sending. I remember back on Desaline, not Desaline, Aristide used to send about 100 Haitians every year to Cuba to med school, and this is for free. So, but all I'm saying is that the way that Cuba is right now is because it's uh, political system they are right now because they choose to work to be like a what we call like a comment market, which is a authoritarian country. Uh, the geopolitical, the region that Cuba is right now, which is the Western region, is going to be hard, and they always have some embargoes on them right now. So I don't really see Haiti going back that way because everything that United States are doing right now with their policies toward the Caribbean and Latin America is to prevent another Cuba to happen. And that's why you see there is the issues with Venezuela right now. So it's going to be very, very, very hard for a Haitian politician or anyone to take that route, which myself, I don't really like that route because talking about economic, political economy in Haiti, what I would go for right now would be what we call mixed economy, where there is still government intervention, but there is still have private sector on it. This is what you don't really have in Cuba right now. Even they call them a mixed economy, but they don't really have them. There is not really free like market. There's not really a private market down there at some point. So I don't really see Haiti going the Cuba way because it would be very crucial for the Haitian people and very, very bad, I would say, at some point.
Not, I definitely like your input, but I don't mean go that way, but in an alliance. So,
We have
alliance of
we have
being
relationships.
just, but I agree with you. You make good points, but I was just meaning more alliances.
Yeah, we do have relationship. We call that South-South relationship between Haiti and Cuba, Cuba and other African countries. That's why we can have Cuban doctors in Haiti. That's why we can have Haitian going to study in Cuba. And that's why you have like an open flight between Haiti and Cuba because of the alliance
Right.
that we have. So they are helping in the way that they can. And I would say we are helping in the way that we can. But because of the resources, because we are a resource rich country, but we don't really use our resources for the best of the
Right.
country. And
Right.
Cuba is a
Right.
resource rich too.
Yo,
So
Right.
Carson,
Right.
little June by guy, man.
Right.
I can't
also
hear
we
you.
cannot
You
hear.
You're
John,
on mute.
unmute yourself. Unmute yourself.
I think you're
mute
mute.
yourself.
I don't think he's mute. I'll see.
No, or no,
The
it
sound is
doesn't
not
say
coming.
mute.
Back out the door.
I can hear you. Do you think, as we get him back, do you think there's more places we can build those alliances? Because I really think strengthening alliances before anything would also be beneficial. But do you think there's other places that you would see for those type of structures?
So just to answer, I do believe in. Cousin, are you here?
I think he's having technical difficulties. It might be
Yeah,
his signal.
he's coming back.
Okay. Building alliances and relationships with other people, other countries, I do believe Haiti can do that, and we can benefit from of it, a lot of it. But the thing is, that's one of my things. Is what type of political economy that you can have to base those alliances on. What type of diplomatic strength or what can you offer to those countries to build those alliances? Like right now in the Caribbean, there is an alliance in the Caribbean where it was supposed to be with a Haitian visa, you can passport, you can travel all of the Caribbean countries. But because your purchasing power is too low, it's hard for you to go to this country. Even Dominican Republic, you need a visa to go there, but Dominican doesn't need a visa to enter Haiti. You know, so it all comes down to the economical structure that you have and the power that you have to get those alliances. Don't we have regional alliances? There is I forgot the name, but as we call right now, one of the biggest regional alliances in the Americas is the OAS, Organization of American States. Okay, but the thing is, because we do not have that much to offer, we are there, and then all we are being used for is for vote. The United States wants to put embargo on Venezuela. They come, give us a aid package, give me a vote. And Canada, the same. Any other country, the same. This is the heart. That's why I said relationship between Haiti and other countries cannot be strong right now as long as we are having a like a beggar diplomacy. As long as diplomacy no wants to mad in that business say quick
like
yeah, so that's why I do believe that with the Haitian diaspora, we have a lot of knowledge because one of the problems in the country right now, we have a brain drain issue where the smartest Haitians, most of the smartest Haitians are not in Haiti. I have a master's in political science from one best university in the United States, you know, but the thing is, am I in Haiti right now? Am I being used full in Haiti right now? Can I go right now and being used full? It's hard.
Right.
Will Haiti use me basically in their diplomacy? No, because they don't need that. That's why I said with us, the Asian diaspora, that over 30% of the GDP that we sent to Haiti over the last 3 years. This is an economic strength that we have. And we can do better. We can literally do better.
That's it right there. You
put ourselves together. Put ourselves together.
And
okay.
And I agree
Yes,
because
sir.
that's
Yes,
again
sir.
us leaving our
That's
own
it right
and coming
there.
back to our own. I agree because we would first of all, even in alliances, I always believe we have to strengthen us first. I think we have to strengthen us first, then get alliances. So I completely agree. So you're right on the money with that.
That's
You're
why
right
I
on
have
the money.
that. We are working on that progressive Haiti stuff. We are still on the groundwork on that. And then Deja, you are in that email. The thing is, the progressive Haiti is that we're trying to get a collective of Haitians living in the United States. We would probably invest in businesses, nonprofits, or supporting others. But the biggest thing is basically we need to strengthen ourselves that we can go to Washington. Guys, I'm telling you, the Haitian elite in Haiti, the bourgeois, they have lobbying group in Washington.
That's true.
The
That's
Haitian
true.
government have several lobbying groups. Do we have a group as a diaspora to fight for us, to fight for what we want to see in the country? We do not.
We do not.
How much money that we give Haiti almost every year for the last 3 years? Over $3 billion. How much money that the Asian diaspora worth? Put it together. Put the numbers together.
Mm.
Well,
What are our
actually,
strengths?
and at least in America.
now go ahead. I'll wait for you because I wanted to add some value to what he just said. But go ahead. I'll wait my turn. Go ahead.
No, it's your turn.
Go ahead, Fritz. It's on you.
Oh no, okay. So kung sa then
Jude.
Jude. Jude. Jude dit on va qui très important, très 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 important. Et l'autre regarder dans la communauté qui fonctionne dans le pays nous là dans l'Amérique, yo pas comme si souvent des concernés de ça Republican Democratic Party. They more focused on you mettez comme yo ensemble what they call group economics. Parce que ça tout à l'heure parlé there's something we still have yet to understand the value and the importance of it. It's just group economics. How do we make our dollars stronger when we put it together, right? So look at it, ou get community, Korean or Asians, whatever you want to identify them as, right? Chinois, ok? Ou gen communauté juif là, ok? Communauté, si vous regardez dans le pourcentage que vous occupez dans le pays américain, noir, il y a plus passé. Nous pouvons soit faire, statistics, you got to look at, I think they said about, blacks occupy about 13% of the population here in the US, right? And then the Jews, and then the Asian community is about maybe like 7%, and and something lower than that. But something that they do have, and that we still don't understand, we haven't been able to practice, is what they call group economics. So, avec group economics, ou qu'on pour qu'à isa, si pas qu'à acheter un politicien ou qu'à louer un politicien. Comprendre? Et ça nous se dit qui est important que bourgeoisie qui Haïti, yo gen assez comme pour supporter un politicien qui pour travailler pour cause, qui pour either bat an eye that they don't see what's going on because they have the money to afford to buy a politician. And until we, the diaspora or nous même qui dans grassroots, pour nous make up some listen, let's see who we can buy within the political sector could fight for our cause to allow us to start to help our country to grow. So the money
you have to
develop,
buy a
exactly.
politician. You have to buy or rent your politician.
Buy or rent.
Buy or rent.
Diane,
Exactly.
Remember
Buy or
about
rent.
today?
Period.
Diane, remember what we was talking about today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
10,000
Imagine one thing, guys.
With Diane,
Exactly.
Imagine one thing.
Excusez-moi, juste on donne des titres là. Concernant Haïti, pays, nous, et toute corruption qu'a fait là, son corruption, moun kap volé, c'est non moun qui prend l'argent. On prend, moun kap prend l'argent, moun qui bal comme là, moun bal comme pour bénéficier cause pas li. So nous-mêmes qui voulait comme si nous avons vision qui pour nous retirer Haïti dans position liée, nous allons mettre comme nous pour nous dire si par exemple bon député dans telle communauté, nous n'a pas acheté mission, c'est le monsieur pour monsieur commencer à nous chance pour nous travailler pour parce que de vous graisser même on a qui te fait ça doit faire pour vision que gagne parce que c'est l'argent qui nous regarder. So corruption regarder son corps nous chercher. So si nous même qui avons vision qui pour vision positive qui pourrait aider pays nous n'avons pas comme nous connaît là pendant la fait travail nous pour travail déjà fait autant tout le travail mais nous quand mettre comme nous ensemble pour dire you know what this politician in this sector can start to we could start what they call it lease those guys to fight for our cause to help our country develop. So ça qui clair c'est like you said, economically, we have to be able to be stronger to, progressively, unite our money. And I don't know how that's going to work. I'm just throwing it out there. So there may be a way for us to execute that vision, but we have to be able to practice.
There are a lot of things.
I can tell you what. You just mentioned the Jewish, okay? There is the APAC. APAC is American Israel Political Action Committee. It's an organization. They get money from the Jewish community. They pay lobbying groups to basically steer the American policy toward Israel their way. Cuba. Most of the Cuban in the United States, they are anti-Castro regime. Okay, what happened? They vote. A lot of time they vote Republican. Because Republican is harder in that regime. Okay?
So
we were Republicans. We were Republicans.
So Jude, let me ask you this, right? I'm not political, and I probably will never be political, but I love politics, right? And I love to understand politics, and I have yet a lot to understand. But given the present situation right now in Haiti, which is insecurity, right? Because all of us, I mean, the few of us that are in Haiti or will go back and forth to Haiti, most diaspora will not want to go to Haiti because of that fear, right? The insecurity that exists right now. So
Yes.
from a political place, bridging that gap of lobbying, using the power and the leverage of the diaspora right now, what can we lobby to bring a security in Haiti with the powers that be? How do we use our money and shift it right now with whatever countries that we need to? We had the UN there a few years ago, and that was a disaster. So right now, knowing you all's knowledge in the political sphere, how do we lobby security for the country? Because we're not talking about the kidnappings. We're not talking about that on Clubhouse. And we acting like Clubhouse is the reason why we're talking about Haiti. We were always talking about Haiti. If Clubhouse drop on us right now, we always talking about Haiti before Clubhouse. So we need to understand right now the security, because if we're all trying to get to Haiti to do this work, nobody's gonna go to Haiti with this insecurity. I'm gonna go because I believe when you have a cause, you're gonna die for the cause, and it's okay. Not everybody's gonna have that mentality. And some people are gonna say, I'm not putting my dollars in Haiti until Haiti has security. So my question to you,
build it and they'll come.
How do we lobby for a security force to come into Haiti to stop what's happening right now? Because the people are victims of this kidnapping. So comment vous mangez ça? On parle de ça parce qu'on a parlé de solution, mais nous ne pouvons jamais avoir solution à soi. Nous devons faire au monde.
Listen, nous avons parlé de ça, right? Everything today, right? To be honest, but
guys, I can say I want to make a point.
Huh?
Nous tendem, nous copiem?
Oh, good.
Yes.
Sorry guys, c'est vraiment difficile pour nous communiquer pour qu'on y a. So, you know guys, I'm in Haiti, so je vais participer activement dans la conversation parce que c'est vraiment intéressant pour me dire moi-même comment je comprends le bagage là. Je ne veux pas nous tout step out of the topic. It is about solution for Haiti. So, moi, j'ai ma insécurité, j'ai un paquet d'autres bagages qui est vraiment important. Parce que nous avons toujours utilisé, of course, si Ralph accorde une opportunité ça pour nous mettre différents topics, qui permettent que nous centrer sur ça, nous voulons discuter. So, vous posez une belle question, Diana, Dan. So, par contre, si nous Jude accès pour répondre, même envie d'ajouter un bagage après Jude. Mais je vais bref parler de situation alors avec topic là qui c'est solution for Haiti. Moi crois que Haïti et solution yo là, vraie solution yo là, et moi penser que yo doit commencer avec nous-mêmes qui là. Moi il y a 2 4 6 7 monde qui là, solution yo doit commencer avec nous 7 qui là. Pour qui ça? Parce que moi crois que pas grand bagage qui saute dans ciel là. So, sorti from the heaven, et puis vin fait tout bagay marcher bien en Haïti. I'm sorry guys, I got dogs. You can hear the dogs in the background.
I remember those dogs, man. I never slept when I'm down there.
I'm sorry guys. So, but c'est une bagay qui est intéressant, c'est every single person who is here do something, so do an impact for Haiti. So, par exemple, Jude qui a vécu Dallas, Texas, but he tried to do something to Haiti. Il essaie de faire un business pour faire quelqu'un job. Il essaie de mettre en valeur. Il n'est pas juste en USA et critiquer, dire qu'il veut changer, but il vient en Haïti, il pose un bagage, il fait something, il do something. Il appelle chaque monde comme si, essayez de commencer comme ça parce que si nous voulons participer vraiment dans changer le pays, il est important pour nous faire de l'impact. Impact, you're bon fun parler. Yes, we need to talk. We need to brainstorming, but we need to action too. Nous voulons action. Nous voulons plus action bon côté communauté haïtienne. Nous voulons plus action bon côté nous-mêmes qui croient que Haïti a changé et nous-mêmes qui croient que solution yo possible avec nous-mêmes. So c'est pour ça que je devrais faire. But in our next conversation, we will talk.
Yes, set up the next show. Tout le monde qui veut venir encore, m'a double check avec nous pour nous faire parce que when I was talking to Diane, nous pas parler de ça one time and think that's it for me. It go reclamer, and puis drop on to, you know what I'm saying? Puis we make it a lot more super. I can't feel on Ben for one time and think.
Yeah. When
that's not how it goes.
Definitely need more time. So,
nous chance Nan men nou bay Jules chance
Yeah,
pour répondre
yeah.
question parce que
Ok.
les nous voulons apprendre, faut nous gagner connaissance, faut nous joindre un monde qui ka ba nous explication comment ça qu'a fait. Parce que I'm telling you guys, no matter combien de nous qui voulons aller en Haïti, mettre tête nous ensemble, n'a toujours peur pour entrer en Haïti. Parce que nous connaissons ça bien sûr. Si moun yo peur, pas dans quel travail à faire dans niveau so a dire.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Faut un
You
niveau de
good.
sécurité dans le pays pour moun yo
That's a
venir
fact.
entrer.
That's a fact.
Bamzo, Jan, avant juste Bamzo
D'accord.
l'autre bagage qui est important. Let me tell you something. I'm living in Haiti. So, moi gen 27 ans. I'm 27. So, moi pas jamais déplacer à l'autre côté. Si mal l'autre côté, c'est pour 3 jours, 4 jours. So, c'est là ma vive. Moi connais Haïti. Moi connais politique Haïti. Moi connais sécurité en Haïti. So, question insécurité sont question fondamentale liée. Les fondamentales. Pas de développement, pas de businessman cap vini, pas de entrepreneur cap vini, non pays côté que sécurité ou pas garantie, ou investment ou pas garanti. Moi comprendre ça et li important. Mais gon l'autre côté m'bral plus loin tout. En pile fois insécurité les plus dans nouvelles, les plus dans news que dans réalité. So m'a vivre à Haïti. On connaît ça m'a dit là. Et Jude gon certain temps, il vient à Haïti chaque mois. So li compte ça m'a dit à tout. En pile fois insécurité c'est juste on va y mettre dans tête nous tout. Moi connais une difficulté, moi connais un problème politique. Ça active tout le monde. Ouais, c'est clair, il y a manifestation, il y a mon qui kidnappé pendant période ça yo. Mais yo politique. Mais il y a pas qui arrive. Et en pile la diaspora yo, les besoin font activité, les besoin font impact. They just think about Port-au-Prince. They forget the countryside. They always think about Port-au-Prince. Port-au-Prince always has traffic. Port-au-Prince has kidnapping. Port-au-Prince has everything. But I'm in Maui. Maui c'est une état Port-au-Prince. But il y a quelque chose qui pas, c'est capable de Port-au-Prince bagonner. So moi lève mal fait tout bagay moi. Li 8h du soir m'cal fait ça m'blé dans Maui.
D'accord, tout à fait. D'accord, tout à fait.
When I'm Port-au-Prince, I can't. So, il va là tout, l'oral Jérémy, l'oral Port-de-Paix, l'oral Gonaïves,
oui, tout côté, d'accord.
So, sécurité a li most of the in Port-au-Prince. So,
but songez, mais elle so ap di am d'accord 100%. Bon faire point ça, sous so ap di a. Là on parle en Haïti, c'est Port-au-Prince, ça n'a pas 9 fois, plus fois passé en Haïti, c'est Port-au-Prince. Pas vrai, Jules? Pas vrai? Puis faut bagaille. Mais yo pas jamais dit c'est Port-au-Prince, yo dit Haïti. Même haïtien qui ici, yo les parle de Haïti, y a dit Haïti pas bon. Sous pas vivre pas comprendre, c'est Port-au-Prince qui pas bon.
But we need to change that.
So, but attendez, bon ba qui les médias plus fort parce que nous. So tout le message qui sorti, c'est dans les médias liés. Vous comprenez? So sous pas nos domaine, non pas changer. But pour entrer à Haïti, il faut entrer Port-au-Prince. C'est vrai qu'on prend avion à tel côté, mais il faut passer Port-au-Prince.
Definitely.
Okay? So back to my question to Jude, as a political science major, how do we lobby for security for this country as a diaspora? If we're going to use our dollars to make Port-au-Prince safe, again, the capital of the country, how do we do that? What is that?
Diane, let me tell you why I appreciate your question, because you just brought everything back full circle to my first question from the beginning of this conversation. That was the very first question that was put on the table. When I asked Ralph, hey, what are we doing? Are we solution-driven questions when Jude was given the breakdown of what he's trying to do? Again, we can do all of this, but the issue is, what can we do now? That was my very first question.
It's coming back. It's just coming back.
Right? Diane, you were here, right?
You're right. It's just coming back.
What can we do?
That's right. It's
now,
a beautiful question.
I'm an action-based person.
That's right.
I'm a solution-based person. If you tell me, Dejan, nous qu'a fait X, Y, Z to get X, Y, Z results, let's do it.
All right. So
I'm
Jude, it's on you, baby.
Okay, let me try to bring an answer on how I would basically work into the solving and this and how things work in other places. The first thing that we need to understand is, guys, is the best way to impact politics is to invest in politics. Invest in politics means invest in politicians. Invest in candidates. Okay? So this year, according to the government right now, I don't know if it's going to happen or not, is an election year. How many of us in the diaspora already identify someone that we can put our money behind to run against whoever? In Haiti? Are you in Haiti?
No, but
You
I'm
know?
running this year. I'm running, so
Yeah. So just to say that there is one way. Investing with politicians. First, you can invest in politicians in Haiti and in the U.S. Why I said the U.S. too? Because guys, the United States is the biggest partner of Haiti. Okay, the United States is the biggest partner of Haiti right now. Through U.S. aid, they pour a lot of money in the country. And guess whose money is in U.S. aid? Our money, taxpayers' money.
right. That's
Okay,
right.
so we have Haitians running for local government. We have Haitians running for local houses like congressmen and representatives in New York and Miami. We have Haitians running everywhere on that. We are closer to them. How much money do we put in their campaign as a Haitian?
I'm
We
sorry,
need to
just to
start
let you
doing this.
know, you guys,
Okay?
like I told you guys, we
Great,
Hold
have
on,
great,
that.
great
I'm right
point.
here.
Great
You
point.
have it.
Great
You
point.
have it.
Yeah,
You have
we
it.
have to
That's
start doing
beautiful.
this. We have to start invest in those people that are here because they are closer. Imagine a mayor in Little Haiti is closer to the mayor of Miami than us.
You have it.
Okay,
And that's
the
yeah.
mayor of Plano, Texas, has strict relationship with the governor of Texas. Okay, the mayor of Plano, Texas, is a Haitian, Ari Laotiniere. He has close relationship with the governor. The governor can call the president at any time. Okay, So guys,
Mhm.
let's see this. We need to, whenever we are fighting, we need to be very, very creative on how we are fighting. We are
Very
not
strategic. You're right.
reinventing a wheel right now. We are not reinventing anything. All we have to do is to replicate what others have done that brings success to them. The Jewish did it. The Chinese people do it, and a lot of other people. We need to start replicating. Just 1 second with that. So what
Mhm.
we do, we invest in political campaigns, both in Haiti and in the U.S. First of all, foreign policies, U.S. foreign policies toward Haiti will not change if we are not on the table. Okay? So we cannot stay outside of the policies all the time to say, oh, US is bad for Haiti and that. No. No matter what, no matter how, the United States will always be working in Haiti. Okay? So what we have to do, let's try to basically be in those negotiations. Let's try to be in those things. How? Lobbying. Haitians come together, find a Haitian organization, hire a lobbying group, tell them this is what we want, send them in Washington, D.C. Other things, mediation, issues in Haiti. We need to be able to go down there, sit with the Haitian government, the opposition, because the security in Haiti right now is more political than however we can think it is. Because right now, imagine the Haitian president right now, he arrests everybody that are opposed to him, but never arrests a gang leader. Never.
Mm,
We never heard them they arrest
mm,
that gang leader.
That was
mm.
deep. That was
I
deep
was
right
And
there.
they basically go on
That's deep.
TV.
That is
That's
deep.
deep right
They
there.
go
That's
on
deep right
national
there.
media.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
they go on
Bel
Mhm.
national
Bauer, look at you.
media
Bel Bauer.
saying
Del Powell. Del
Mhm.
Powell.
it's the truth what is happening. They go on national media. They say that they have calls with those people. There is a senator in Haiti just last thing. Last January 2020, they found him talking to a gang leader 24 times.
Mhm.
What
Mm.
happened to this guy? Nothing.
Okay.
Okay? Nothing. But you know what? If we were there to pressure them, there could be something happen. Okay?
When you
Those
say
are
Jude.
we were
Okay.
there, when you
Jude.
say if
Jude.
we were there, in what way? Because this has to be clear. Si nou te la, ki es ki nou? Paske diaspora pa bral Haiti nan moman sa. So lò di
yes,
nou, se ki es?
yes,
Pale kler.
yes. So I talk a little bit when I say if we were there, I just do it in a way where
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
like not us presently,
Aesthetically,
but
right.
almost every week or almost every day, the U.S. embassy sent out notes what they talk with the Haitian government about this and this and that. Imagine, guys, we call our representatives, we have them lobbying to us in in the Congress, and the U.S. say to the Haitian government, if you do not arrest Carlson today, we are not gonna give you money for your budget for you to function because the USA basically represents a big chunk of our government budget. Okay,
Can
a
I
big chunk, and that's our
can I
money too.
can I just let you guys know for what he's saying? Please pay attention to what I just tell you because this is here. Neon is that. It is nationally in America, every Haitian elected official that we can have. And they go to Washington and we're connecting to IET. And then for me, Fondation Félicité is in IET with Baina Bello. Right. And one of the things, like you said, you have to get your politicians. You also have to take over your police. You also have to take over your media, and you also have to get your education popping. Right. That's all for security. But when you start with
Mhm.
rights here, it's in Orlando is their base. It's in Florida you're talking. Okay, so
Mhm.
Neon is that. Neon
What
puts
is that? What's in
all
based in Florida?
national neon. It's um but it's not spelled like neon like you would think, but it's NHAEON. So it's a National Haitian American Elect Official Network.
Yeah, move.
Okay, and I'm the Connecticut representative, but they have from Texas, Florida, Massachusetts, like this. If you're elected in and you're Haitian, you can be. They're getting you on this. They've started that in America here. Then particularly like just directly for me, my connection is Fondation Félicité, which is in Haiti, which is Baina Bello. If you don't know Baina Bello, please Google it because she's like the strongest Haitian historian you should know. Okay. Um, but what he's saying is spot on. Like it is spot on. But what you're talking about is there. I just in the beginning, if we said what the action is, what he's talking about, I already told you I'm a part of it. It's there. Connect with them.
Okay.
Because the
So
lobbyists, there's Haitian politicians, there's Haitian council members, there's Haitian state representatives, there's Haitian politicians. Yeah, we
so
need it. We
Jude,
need it. We need to connect.
Mhm.
Jude, can we bypass going through the mayors, the senators, and go right to the lobbyists to start lobbying what we need to happen now? Because too many young people and innocent Haitians are being kidnapped and going through this terrible terrorist attack right now. I want us to talk about this issue as to how to bring that security because
Um,
Carson, hola,
Yes,
hola, hello,
and
Carson.
at our borders, and at our borders too, and at our borders. So don't overlook that too. Our Haitian
To
people at our
where?
yeah,
borders are getting messed up. What they
What
only talk
borders?
about, well, okay, in America they only talk about the Spanish kids getting caged, but they don't talk about the black people that are stuck at borders are getting sent away from America that grew up here or whatever, but don't have papers. Like it's happening right here in the States. It's happening right where they're holding people. And then there's problems right in Haiti, but it's happening here, right at our lines, right at the borders. If you were trying to come in or if they're trying to extradite you out, there's problems there, right there too. Biden's not
yes,
helping it at all, you know,
yes. So what Deanne
and
said,
there's all Haitian lobbyists as well.
this is very important because like a couple weeks ago, there's that young 3-year-old Haitian boy that they caught in California with his brother in San Francisco. They had a regular paper, they had regular visa. Their parents sent them, and then somehow the ICE take them and break them apart, and now he's in a refuge house
Right.
down in Texas. That's one thing. But yes, to go Diane, to answer your question really quick, while you said can we bypass local officials to go? Yes, we can because a lot of this lobbyist group they are businesses. Okay, so we go with our dollars. They give us the service that we need. Okay, can you pay it by yourself? No. Can I do it by myself? No. But can a group of 100 Haitians get that $4,000 per month to pay them to work for us? Yes. Yes. And this is why this conversation
That's what we
is
need to be
important.
working on.
So this
Yeah,
is the
group
solution right
economics.
here. Like ding ding ding
This
ding
is
ding, ring the bell.
Yes,
Sales, Jude.
Diane.
this
Ding
is
ding
Yes,
ding.
solution.
Diane.
Right, group
Okay.
economics, but
So
it
how
goes back
many
to the
people
group
can you bring on
economics
board,
too.
Diane? How many Haitians that you can bring on board for something like that?
Right.
You
So,
know?
Jude, ou tande, like, solusyon nan bouch ou men, like, pou moun ki pa politik, sa son solusyon, paske, sincèrement, même si nous tout besoin, nous gen bon intention pour nous font en Haïti, déjà, pour au prince, c'est Haïti pour tout le monde. Moun pa pense à l'autre pays. Pour dire Haïti, c'est pour au prince. Ça veut dire que ça, moun pa jamais venir en Haïti, on met un côté qui pas de sécurité, puis on fait investissement, tout ça à faire, si on peut venir côté. Nous pas d'accord,
Yeah,
comme
because,
Not
même
one
si,
word, not
même
one
si,
word.
même si nous connaissons vérité, nous connaissons Jacques Mel normal pour dire l'autre pays. Ça n'a pas de nouvelles, c'est pas Jacques Mel, non. Jacques Mel se passe un bel carnaval, li en forme, pas d'insécurité. Mais pour passer Jacques Mel, faut passer Matissan, faut passer Gressier, faut passer les organes, faut passer toute zone ça yo. OK, celle sous prendre avion pour aller. So
one
point
thing,
ma
guys.
faire c'est que si on prend pas bonne sécurité, moun pas vraiment vouloir aller là. Et quand on parle ou pas vouloir aller, on peut mettre comme là, sincèrement.
But we won't go there. I'm telling you, we won't go there. But the security they're talking about, they put it to us. But white people are going there. They're buying. They're doing. They're going.
Oh yeah, trust me, I know.
So it's not. Yeah,
Trust
you
me,
know,
I
white
know.
people are going crazy.
I know. They're on the planes full. I have a group going to Haiti. I have a
ended
group
up fixing that,
going to
No,
Haiti.
white people, and that's a
if we
side
ended
note
up
too we
working,
gotta talk about. But
We're talking
yeah,
at the same time.
just one last thing, Diana and Diane. If we ended up hiring a good lobbying group that is putting pressure on Washington to put pressure on Haiti, and things get better, they start arresting those gang leaders. They start having guns out in the street. That's when we can go as a diaspora to do what we could call the DDI, which is the diaspora direct investment. Because DDI is a great, it's a great thing. It's like a great drive to FDI, which is foreign direct investment. A lot of countries, Israel, I like this. I like taking this as example. India, their diaspora invest so much in the country, build trust, schools, education, technology. Israel, the Israel diaspora start investing back in the 50s in Israel. 50 years later, Israel is one of the most industrialized country in the world, number 20th in the world. 50 years later, the diaspora buying bonds because they put that together. They work, they lobby for these opportunities. Okay, Nigeria right now, several of their electric grids are basically built with diaspora bonds. Like diaspora buy the bonds from the government and then they invest that money there, the electrical grid. So these things, I'm telling you guys, it's not like we're going to invent them. They are there. We just need to replicate them. So what happens, the moment the security starts to come, we start to push Washington, you start to push the UN to basically push the Haitian government. Could be either take money out of their hand, don't give them the money that they're giving them anymore, or unless they get security. Once there is that safe environment there, that's when we can go and invest. And whenever we invest $20 million, a foreign company will come with 40 million. This is job creation. This is better education. And this is better political leaders right there, because the larger is your middle class, is the better your government and institution will be. These guys, what I'm saying, they're all proven. China has the largest middle class in the world. Okay? They have the largest. And guess what? How many multinational companies that are based in China too? A lot.
Let me say this to you guys.
I want everybody to finish off real quick because I'm about to end the show. Everybody, after this, I'm going to couple of phone calls. You know what I'm saying? And we build off of this. Is everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Yeah. But
Okay.
dude, I want to contact you because I want to get that in action. I can get
Yeah,
that in
Yes,
action
yeah.
with
yes.
like
That's
tomorrow.
the
I can get
talk.
that in action.
Jude, that's the talk we need to be having on Clubhouse, sis house, brother house, man's house,
Exactly.
whoever's house.
See that
That's the
brother's house,
talk.
man's
Jude,
house.
next
Brother's
time vous
house,
faites
c'est
choix,
ça.
That
show même
Parce
qui
que
parle,
that
Chris,
Sonje sa, nan administrasyon Matelia, se denye administrasyon diaspora tap rentre en Haïti ki yo te senti yo normal. Se la tourisme tap
yeah.
ba un feeling, ok? Même si c'est ton idée de sécurité que t'es là, pas on vraiment sécurité, mais nan conscience moun yo, psychologue, qui j'en dis moi, psychologue, baka di moi. But mentally,
Psychologiquement,
yes,
yeah.
yo te sorti, yo te gon sécurité. 7 février qui sont passé là. Depuis combien de semaines, vous avez mis ton date dehors, tout le monde a connaît 7 février. Mettons poso, mettons. Qui ça qui est passé 7 février? Pas de gagner. Mais contrôle là tellement fort, vous comprenez 7 février, bral gon bagay, et puis tout le monde mette tête en opposition. Tellement bagay la fort qu'on y a. So you just la gon mot, et puis tout le monde agit comme ça. Pas vrai?
Yeah.
It's too powerful now. Parce que bagay la énorme yo tellement mettons peur. Dans pays it's powerful. So nous obligés font powerful move too.
Dan, je te dis on va aller qui
Carson, allez non.
Nous supposons investir dans le candidat que
non, d'accord, 100%.
Nous pensons qu'il a porté changement. Vous comprenez ça? Politique actuellement qui n'a pas de presse là, c'est pas une politique gang leaders lié vraiment. C'est une politique qui orientée. C'est une politique qui orientée avec un objectif qui pareil du deux faire.
D'accord, tout à fait. D'accord.
Pour nous-mêmes qui sommes dans la diaspora, pour Haïtiens, pour nous commencer à faire style de lobbying, ça continue par.
C'est ça, d'accord, 100%.
Regrouper nous ensemble pour nous capables de supporter le monde qui gagne de vision,
Yes.
genre avec nous, de jeunes
Exactement.
qui ont intérêt dans le pays, il n'y a pas de monde qui prend juste passer,
C'est mon solution, dans tout ça, dans des
Can I ask you a quick question for you guys, just real quick? I just want to know this. I don't know how it works in Haiti. In Haiti, in Haiti, does it work like it is in America? Who does your like your mayor and everything govern your police? And I'm only asking this about security because if we move that way in a political round, your chief of police here is usually the closest to your mayor, right? So I just want to know, does it work that way in Haiti?
Well,
they work together somehow. They hold together.
Okay.
They work together the same.
Okay. Go ahead.
All right. That's all I wanted to know.
Okay.
Go ahead, Fritz.
No, go ahead. I think Carlson didn't know bagay. Tim clarify ça better there. Carlson.
Say it again. I'm but then the first.
No. So the question was, Diane asked if the mayor worked kind of closely or together with the chief of police in Haiti.
Yeah.
So
yes.
And that was the answer.
Locally, the mayor work with the police station.
Yeah. So it works like the states. That's just in the security part. I wanted to know, and if we're working that way for next steps. Yeah. Thank you.
Fritz, it's on you.
Okay, so dernier bagay devle di parce que m konnen nou pal fini show a.
I ain't trying to much, man. I'm just want to, you know.
Oh no, but you know, jan nou di a, dialogue la important. Diane, pose, I mean, you know, what do you call it? Pointed something very important, which is how do we fix the number one issue, which is the security aspect of the country, right? Ça me devle juste ajouter nan parole là que moi son formule que jan nou di a, Chinois a utilisé, Juif a utilisé. Ou pas jamais connaître qui moun comme qui graine non moun cap fonctionner cap fait en marché dans la communauté ou juste connaître yo gon communauté en what they call it it's a unified community, but you can identify one person that is making you know what they call it moving all the pieces.
Right.
You know, for us to be effective in our country, which is almost like, you know, the same way it's done here, it shouldn't be, Jan Palestine, take over Haiti, or Ralph Palestine take over Haiti. No, it should be an organization. So you can identify anyone that's behind it, besides the fact that there's money behind this group. So whatever that group is, it's hard for you to, I just say, I always use the term, for a sniper has to have a target in order to take that target out. Right? And that's one thing within the black community. We always provide a target for those snipers. That target has always been, whether it's Martin Luther King, whether it's Malcolm X, whether it's Marcus Garvey, it's always one specific target. And why all the other communities are succeeding is because they don't provide a target. They have a movement. And so, in actuality, when we say that nous pas laisser, investi dans le gouvernement Haïti, nous pas investi pour influencer, influencer monde qui est un candidat, pour le faire
That's the
par un
word.
groupe,
We
on
need
prend,
to
nous pas,
influence. Yes.
exactly, pour influencer, but it can't be, c'est fit aller, parce que si fit aller, la mettre sur ta tête, on
Now,
prend,
build it, they will come. Build it, they will
exactly,
come. It just comes in
so
steps.
once,
I'm telling you.
je te dis, nous avons une organisation que nous préparons ensemble. Ils commencé avec nous 6 là qui là, nous 7 là qui là. Et puis, nous venons agrandir. It has a name. That's it. The name is Haiti Advancement. Nobody know who's in charge. Nobody know who's running it. It's just Haiti in charge is in Haiti. Who is it? We don't know. So I think, that's where we can actually start to remove a faith from any movement that we do so we can be effective because it's hard to take it out. I just want to put that out there.
My motto for my movement is buy in and buy back. So it's a buy in. We have to get people to buy in back, buy into the idea of IET again, and then buy it back. That's my logo for everything. Buy in and buy back.
Hey, Ralph, I have a quick question for you because I do believe, and Jude, I want you to hear this. What we're talking about here, I know we're live, but I do feel like we kind of want to be like low key freaks because we're saying some things that are a little bit, you know what I mean?
That's
So
true.
I don't want us to. We could do this offline, but I just think we need to have, and it's a good conversation in a good direction. But I think some of this now, the direction of this point needs to be offline because it's not going to be the best.
I totally agree.
Agree.
I totally agree. Trust me, I totally agree.
Are y'all all on Clubhouse, right?
No.
No, I'm not.
Okay. No, but
do you have iPhone?
No.
No.
See, that's a funny thing. I have Clubhouse, but I have to go on my daughter's devices. Like I don't like iPhone nothing, and now I'm on Clubhouse, and I'm like, I don't even like iPhone.
I'm a Samsung guy.
Baby, I'm Android.
Me too.
So let me tell you guys this. Last Sunday, last Sunday, this happened to me on a Clubhouse room where I met these guys, and I told Ralph this morning because of this Clubhouse thing, and you can't do everything on Clubhouse. I'm gonna tell you guys that right now, right? But we created a WhatsApp group, so we're on that. These guys are like us, same mindset, same attitude. One of them is in Haiti as well. And so we did the same thing, and we're reconvening again on the 7th of March because they want to do something as well. They don't want to just keep talking about it. And so I think we need to do offline conversations, especially taking things in this direction. It doesn't need to be keep airing this right at this point, but there are others that want to do the same.
Guys, another thing
Yes.
I want you guys to come to. I just want you guys to come to. We also do weekly conversations with Bayina on the exact same thing. That's a little more quiet as well. That I would love to invite you guys to as well.
Okay, cool. Everybody exchange. Everybody can exchange and all that.
Exactly.
What's up?
I put my email here. If I put my email address down there, if they allow it, so you guys can just shoot me an email.
Okay.
And then we can continue.
Jan, ma pa be so direct, pas vrai? Moi-même, moi, je suis valé, pas vrai? Et, nos communautés Spring Valley ou gen côté communauté juif, pas vrai? Ma parle créole avec. Chaque fois ou passe dans la communauté, ça y a toujours une petite congrégation qui a fait une sorte de meeting. Ou gen a passé devant un cas où 20 machines parquées. Et yo chaque yo fait meeting yo en cachette. Et dans meeting c'est ou pas me connaît gen plan cap créer qui est candidat yo pas le pousser qui l'autre zone yo pas laisser acheter. So jodi a et pas tout bagage pour what they call publicize pour mettre plein dehors. Ça, comme si, on croit que conversation qu'on a fait à soi là, c'était que, it's a foundation we're laying so we can know that, okay, nous connaissons l'autre, nous avons comme si parler offline pour nous commencer à créer quelques plans. Pour ne pas annoncer ça ne va faire. Parce que l'autre, regardez, nous, monde pour moun have say, what they call it, they're buying devices so they can be right in your room. You don't even know they're there, right? And it's time for us to start to utilize the same tactic. Nous va bien dire tout, on n'a pas annoncé ça, nous va le faire. Je dis avec Ralph, you did something that's so important. At least you basically got all of us in the same room right now to know each other's faces. So now we can exchange contacts because we are like-minded individuals. But from moving forward, nous allons commencer à planifier en secret.
No problem. Yo, we in the world. Tout le monde, thank you. You know my slogan. My slogan is "We in the world." That means we all part of the world, basically. And
Yes.
Merci tout le monde pour venir. Nous allons faire encore, on a fait l'autre gens. And thank you.
Is everybody on
All right.
WhatsApp? I was just gonna ask everybody if you could
Yeah,
just drop your WhatsApps in the comment. I'm writing the numbers down.
Okay.
Okay.
Got the
I
group,
got
got the
my
group with
number.
call some number and call some have me. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Diana and Fritz and Ralph. I mean, do you have Ralph contact?
Yes,
I have
everybody
Ralph.
has my contact.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Kinda.
So, all right. Diane, you can just do it, and I'll be waiting for that, and we can
I'll
start
put
talking,
everybody
okay?
on the group in WhatsApp. I'll just do it. I don't have
Awesome.
Flitz. Flitz, where's
Once
yours?
Carlson will give you my number because I don't. Oh, this is a private chat, right?
Diane, I'll link you with Fritz. It's 1, 2, 3. I got you.
I just
I just
posted
put
it.
my number in.
Okay.
I just put my number in.
This is private, so
Oh.
I send my number.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So-
just do it. We'll be waiting.
As a final thought for Ralph, first of all, thank you for bringing us together. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Has this, I know this is live on this platform, StreamYard, but has this gone out to like Twitter and Instagram yet, or this hasn't gone out yet?
This is on YouTube,
YouTube.
and, Facebook. That's it.
Okay.
Can they see the chat?
No.
Yes, they see it right now.
No, it's a private.
No, not
The chat is
part,
private.
not the back
chat is
part.
private.
Not the back part. No, not the number part. Not on StreamYard.
Okay.
Okay, cool. All right, thank you so much, Ralph, for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everyone that was here. It was a very useful and fruitful conversation. I hope to have this more with y'all offline. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
and have a wonderful night.
It was great meeting
Bye,
all of
bye.
you.
Good night. Thank you. Good night. Bye-bye.
It was good. It was good, guys.
Union
thank you.
fait la force.